I welcome you all for the class 10th Geography Lesson 1 Resource and Development. In the beginning of this lesson, it is very important to know what is a resource. Value and utility are two components of resource. Everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs provided that conditionally if it is technologically accessible, economically feasible and culturally acceptable can be termed as resource. Resources can be classified in various forms. On the basis of its origin, they are biotic and abiotic. Biotic means living. The resources that are obtained from living beings are called biotic. Plants and animals are its examples. Abiotic means non-livings, trees, rivers, mountains, land, etc. Abiotic resources. On the basis of exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable, some of the resources get renewed in a very short time. They automatically renew. They are called renewable, like solar energy, wind energy, water, etc. But some of the resources that take millions of years, thousands of years to get renewed, they exhaust sooner than they get renewed. They are called non-renewable resources. On the basis of ownership, resources are individual, community, national and international. Resources that are owned by any individual, like the field of a farmer, your car, etc., are individual resources. But some of the resources can be utilized by all the members of a community, like the parks, grounds, picnic spots, grazing fields, etc. They are called community owned resources. National resources are those resources that belong to the whole nations, like the minerals, water resources, forests, wildlife, etc. They have no discrimination among the people of the country, all can use them, they are national resources. But for the international resources, the resources beyond 200 kilometer of the exclusive economic zone belong to open ocean area, they are international resources. In the 200 kilometers of the ocean, they are bounded with the country, particular land country, and beyond them they are international resources. Now see the next, on the basis of status of development potential. Potential, the resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized yet. There are many resources that are available but not being utilized by the people are called potential resources. Developed resources are those which are surveyed and their quality quantity is determined and known. They are called developed resources. Stocks are the materials that have the capacity or the potential to satisfy our needs, but due to the lack of appropriate technology, we can't use them, are called stocks. And reserves are the subset of the stocks, which can be put into use with the help of existing technological know-how, but their use has not been yet started. They are called reserves. Sustainable development, this is the very important phenomena for the development, because the development should take place without damaging the resources, without harming the environment, and they should be preserved for their future generations too. That's why if we define it, sustainable economic development means development should take place without damaging the environment, and development in the present should not compromise with the needs of the future generations. In India, resource planning has three steps. In first step, identification and inventory of resources across the regions. Then it involves surveying, mapping, and qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of the resources. In the second step, it is a planning structure endowed with appropriate technology, skill, and institutional setup for the implementing of the resource development plan. And third, to match the resource development plan with the overall national development plan. How to utilize the resources with the national development. This is the third step of resource planning in India. Now we know the resources are limited, exhaustible. So it is very necessary to utilize them with proper management and consume them for future also. Resources are vital for any developmental activities, but irrational consumption and overutilization of resources may lead to socio-economic and environmental problems. Gandhi ji said, there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. It means that resources are exploited and wasted by only few people, while many of them are deprived of those resources. Now we will see about the land resource of India. India has variety of relief features, mainly mountains, plateaus, plains and islands. About 43% of Indian land area is plain, and this area is used for agriculture and industrial purposes. About 30% of land area is mountain, which ensures perennial flow of rivers, provide facilities for tourism and ecological balance also. About 20% of the area of the country is plateau region. It possesses rich reserves of minerals, fossil fuels and forest. But due to many human activities, land degrades. Degrades means its quality goes down. The denudation in the quality of land is called land degradation, and many human activities are responsible for this land degradation. These activities are deforestation, overgrazing, mining, over irrigation, use of chemical fertilizers, industrial waste, etc. Now, how to conserve these land resources? If we prevent the causes of land degradation, we can conserve land resources. This is very easy. And the ways are afforestation, proper management of grazing, proper discharge of industrial waste. The waste that comes out of industries has many harmful chemicals in it. If it is properly treated before discharge, many harms can be prevented. Control of mining activities, planting of shelter belts of plants too. So using these methods or taking care of these points, land resource can be conserved. Thank you.